Hi there, it's Trinette, your wellness coach. I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about COVID and anxiety. So, we've got a lot of people around at the moment who are just feeling really anxious and insecure about what the future holds. So, this is impacting people in a variety of different ways where they're not able to sleep, and it's really touching deep inside of them where they just don't know how they're going to be in the future. So I was even talking to some friends the other day and they just said, look, I'm scared, I'm fearful, I don't know what the future holds. And they are really anxious around what is going to happen with COVID. So I thought today I was going to share with you 10 tips around some of the different types of things you can do to ease the anxiety around COVID. And now, it is very common to feel some kind of anxiety during periods of change or uncertainty. So if you are feeling anxious or worried during this time, then you're not alone. It is normal. Anxiety is normal. And in some cases, it can be very helpful. However, for example, if you're worrying more, you're more likely to wash your hands more frequently to be able to keep the virus at bay. And that can actually be very helpful. But as I said before, if you are becoming over anxious, then that can cause you issues. So these 10 tips to help you. The very first one is really channeling your anxious energy into action. So get informed, plan and prepare with what you're going to do. Now, we normally get very anxious about things when events get out of our control. So right now, things are out of our control because we're being dictated by the government exactly what we need to be done. But what needs to happen. So we get anxious because we don't feel like we have the capacity to be able to look after ourselves, or we don't have the skills and the ability to cope. Now, anxiety tricks us into thinking about the worst case scenarios in really vivid and frightening detail. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't help that we have the media as well, providing us with lots of images around people dying. So even though that is happening and it's frightening, we just have it in front of us all the time. Now, you need to equip yourself with facts about COVID and also think about the trusted sources that you're getting the information from. I know just in recent times with the restrictions increasing, particularly for Melbourne CBD area and Melbourne metropolitan area, that restrictions are now up to stage 4. And this is causing a lot of people grief around what's happening within their business and whether they're open or they're closed. And because of this, there's lots of rumours around, well, what is happening, what isn't happening for my business? Should I be closed? Shouldn't I be opened? Listen to the trusted resources out there. That will provide you with the right information so you can make the best decisions for you. And you have control over that. So follow the government advice and make a plan about what you and your family will do if you do need to isolate or quarantine. So if you've got these plans in place, you can actually have a little bit of that control coming back to you, so you feel like you can do something about it rather than feeling helpless. That's number 1. Number 2 is limit or avoid unhelpful media and misinformation. I just said before that being exposed to constant, alarming and anxiety-inducing stories convinces us that there's something to panic about, and it further perpetuates myths and rumours and misinformation and uncertainty, and even increases anxiety. So the more we read about it and that we hear about it, the more frightening it becomes. And then there's less chance we have to distract ourselves and do things to take our minds off of it. So it might be tempting to keep us informed or difficult to escape, particularly when you're thinking that if you have to limit your exposure to the media and the news and social media, but that will actually help quell the panic. So I normally choose one time during the day that I'll update myself on what's going on, because you can't say uninformed, you need to be informed in some way. So I always just make sure that there's one way that I'm able to tap into that news. Number 3, cut down or stop the behaviours that's fueling your anxiety. Don't rely on Dr. Google for every sniff and cough that you might have. Don't rely on Dr. Google to tell you what's going on. Then you just need to be aware of the behaviours and understand how those behaviours are making you feel. So don't do those behaviours that are causing you anxiety. Replace them with some more helpful coping strategies. So you might be able to think of ways that make you feel better rather than increasing those anxiety. So if you know you're on your phone all the time and you're scrolling through social media, looking at all the things that could potentially go wrong, that's going to fuel your anxiety. So stop that behaviour. Try something different that's more productive. Read a book. Solution 4, stay focused on the here and the now and take each step day by day. You can meditate. You can do some mindfulness, live in the moment from day to day and live in the time that you've got now. You've got control to stay focused and be present. If you are able to go out for a walk, think about things that you can focus on. Maybe you think of 5 things you can hear and you can write them down when you come back. Focus on what you can feel. So how are you feeling as you're walking around? What can you hear? And what can you smell? So when you come back from your walk, you're being present and you're taking notice of exactly what you're doing there. Solution 5, be aware of your negative thoughts and don't give them power. Just because you think something, it doesn't mean that it's true. If you notice yourself worrying, take a step back and try and let that worry pass. And you want to let it pass without focusing on it too much. Number 6, look after your body. Sleep well. So think about your sleep routine. Are you getting to sleep and staying asleep? You need at least 8 hours a day, or a night, in order to promote good physical health and mental health. Exercise, move your body, get outside and walk. If you can, go for a run. Think about ways that you can just keep your body active. Eat well and make sure that you eat the rainbow, so eating a variety of colours and fruits and vegetables, eating whole foods and minimising the amount of processed foods that you're eating. Avoid excess alcohol and drugs. We know that there's a lot of people that are drinking a lot more at the moment. That's going to be affecting their sleep. So alcohol does impact on the quality of our sleep. And also, over time, it can increase our risk of addictive behaviours. So by doing all of these things, it will help to protect your mental health and also your immune system. Tip 7, stay connected with others. It makes a huge difference to share your worries with others, and connecting people can also help you to be supportive for others, but you can get the support when you need it too. So stay connected to supportive people in your life so you feel less isolated and lonely. And this is important, particularly if you are living alone and because of the restrictions, you're unable to maintain contact in any other way other than phone and Zoom and so forth. And try connecting in different ways that you've never done before. Trying something new is always really good to promote your own self, your own wellness in yourself. Tip 8, help other people. Be kind and compassionate. When we help people, it makes us feel better. So it makes us feel like we are in this together. So let's be compassionate to each other. Number 9, take a breath. When you feel overwhelmed, take a really slow, deep breath to help you calm down. And find some other things that help you to relax. And that could be listening to music, could be playing music, could be walking. And the last tip is, if you feel like you aren't coping, get some professional advice. Ask your friends for help, ask your family for help. There's online therapies now at the moment, like counselling and getting access to psychologists and doctors. So ask for help and people will be able to assist you. And be assured that for most people, anxiety is temporary and it will reduce over time, especially when the virus has been contained, so you can go back to your normal day-to-day activities. So those are my 10 tips to help you through COVID and easing anxiety. Feeling chronic emotions, if they are coming up and they're not going away, and the tools in the past actually haven't helped, and none of these tools have helped, then maybe you need to book in for a blockage identifier consultation with me. And I can be able to help you identify what's actually causing you some issues. Now you'll see on my profile of Facebook and also Instagram, where you will be able to hook into my link tree, which you can book in a consultation with me. So Facebook at Trinette Wellness Coach, Instagram at Trinette_wellness_coach, and you can also get in touch with me via email, but all of that detail is in my profile. So I hope this has helped you, and I wish you lots of health and happiness, and good luck in keeping safe. All right, take care.